Howdy gamers, Old Gamer Guy here. Welcome to another Stellaris Console Edition video. It is the year 2603 and we are still winning the war in heaven. The Bavi are at 100% war exhaustion. It looks like we're around 92%, but in the last video our fleets were once again destroyed by the Prethrin Scourge. Those highlighted areas are systems with debris, so I'm going to try and send a science ship down that way to check out that debris. But in the meantime, a little over a year after that disastrous battle, that disastrous defeat, our fleets returned from their emergency hyperspace jump to escape that massacre. They have returned once again in the Ijogen system. So we're going to once more repair and reinforce. I'm slowly replacing the default ship designs with ships that should be able to fight the Scourge a bit better. We'll see how that works, but in the meantime, our mirror dimension counterparts seem to be doing okay over in their dimension, so that's good. You may have heard another sound in the background there, and that was signifying that we can once again activate our relic, which is a Prethrin brood queen. Every once in a while I can spend 10,000 food, activate the queen, and it generates another fleet of Prethrin at Earth. So this kind of answers the question about how the Prethrin reproduce. They don't use resources. It looks like if they just have a queen available to them, then every once in a while that queen can generate some Scourge, well, they're not really ships, but some more Scourge to fight alongside the queen. I'm going to bring that new Scourge fleet down to Ijogen. We have scum and villainy on Syrah, so that's unfortunate. Our construction ship needs something to do. We're grabbing a few systems down here. I don't want to push too far down toward the Scourge. I'd like to go all the way down there, but for now I see two systems up here that have exotic gases available, and if you watch my series, you know how addicted we are to exotic gases. We import them, and yet sometimes we still run out. But we're going to grab these two systems here. Order has been restored on Decree, so that's nice. It's not all scum and villainy. There's a lot of scum and villainy, though, I have to admit.
Special project complete.
In the meantime, our science ship made it all the way down to study that debris, but by the time they got there, there was only one that they could get to. And then the remaining bit of debris is in an enemy-controlled system. I'm not going to try and send my science ship in there. So I'm going to send them all the way back up here to Alpha Centauri Prime, where they can assist in our scientific research. The Senate is remaining busy through all of this. There's something new to vote on: natural sanctuaries. This would decrease our diplomatic weight from our economy. It would decrease our pop consumer goods upkeep, which is good. It would increase clearing blocker cost, or no, actually clearing blocker time, but that's no big deal. Our pop amenities usage would decrease, and it would increase our planet build speed. I'm going to go ahead and vote for this. Some of that's good, some of it's bad for us, but I'm going to go ahead and vote for it.
Construction complete.
Our construction ship is finished with what it was doing. And like I said, I would like to send it farther down, but I don't want to send it too close to the Scourge. So we're just going to build our mining stations in these two new systems. And then I'm going to send the construction ship back up this way to hang out. Our deal to import exotic gases has run out again, and once again we will renew this deal. We love our exotic gases. The PlayStation Network suffered a tragic loss when Engineering Research Unit Coadjutron NI ceased functioning due to a miscalibrated exoskeleton applicator exerting 2,984 times the necessary force to fasten a new dorsal plate. So it sounds like, sadly, Coadjutron NI was crushed. It's a terrible loss for the PlayStation Network, but we do need to move on, and we do need to find a replacement. Coadjutron NI was an engineering researcher, so we need to recruit a new one. And I've never really understood this screen here. I'm looking for an engineer. I feel like the materials expertise would fall into that category, but I don't really know for sure. But I am going to select that unit for a replacement. But hold everything, never mind all that, because here is some truly big news. The war between the ancients has ended with the destruction of one of the combatants, but not at the hands of their old rival, whether it was due to the war weakening them or simply due to the strength of the younger races. Maybe the Scourge had something to do with it. Maybe, I don't know. The destruction of an elder empire at the hands of their supposed lessers has changed the situation considerably. Now the question remains, will the Amari directors be able to avoid the fate of their ancient foe, or does this defeat signal the dawn of a new age in the galaxy? It remains to be seen, but yeah, I'm pretty sure the Scourge had something to do with the final defeat of the Bavi Zealots. So the Bavi Empire is gone. We still have some Bavi living on a few of our planets just as bio trophies, but the Bavi Zealots are gone, and that's a big deal for us. The war in heaven is over. We were being denounced for our part in the war in heaven because we took the side of the Amari directors, and the rest of the galaxy decided to denounce them. But in the Senate, in the proposal queue, the next order of business is to focus on the Pretheran Scourge, and so we are going to support that idea. In the meantime, several of our edicts have expired. I'm going to go ahead and renew those edicts to increase our energy credit output and our mineral output. I'm also going to increase our energy weapon damage on our ships, and also our armor hit points, and also decrease our fleet upkeep cost. Although, now that I'm watching this footage, I should have waited to initiate the weapons and the armor hit points. I should have waited for that until I was actually ready to go and attack the Scourge. That would have been a better idea because our ships are still repairing and reinforcing, waiting on their reinforcements to arrive. So that's a small mistake, but we're all accustomed to me making mistakes, I'm sure, by now. And that's kind of a small one in the grand scheme of things. But never mind that. The Senate has passed the Natural Sanctuaries Act, and so I think that was good. I don't even really remember at this point. But never mind that, because we have a deviant signal on Silith Prime. That's never good news. So at this point, both of my fleets are almost to their command limit, or at their command limit, but I still have ships available to me in my fleet capacity. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new fleet. And it's just going to be nothing but battleships. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. I should probably look up some information on fleet composition. I'm probably, even if I have my ships designed correctly, I'm probably not having a good combo of ships. And maybe I will look that up before I work on the next video in this series. But for now, we're going to go ahead and put 10 battleships and just one little extra fleet here. So we'll have 3 fleets.
Planetary invasion alert. Malignant atmospheric incursion detected.
There has been a revolt on Viticre. I thought things were going well on Viticre. We didn't actually lose the planet, but there is a revolt. And so I'm looking at Viticre's summary screen, and I'm going to activate compliance protocols. And maybe this will do some good. Maybe it's too late. I don't know. But I guess this is essentially martial law. But no, compliance protocols did no good at all because we have lost the colony on Viticre. After all of our struggles, here they are. A new empire has arisen. The human stewards, I'm sure they're going to be a huge factor going forward. Probably not, really. But let's move on. Our new fleet of battleships has begun to take shape, so we need to recruit a leader for them. And I think I'm going to go the practical route here and choose the one on the bottom that lowers ship upkeep cost. The other ones have some interesting advantages also. But I think the maintenance loop is the way to go. Lower our ship upkeep, at least for that fleet. Maybe I should transfer that leader to one of the bigger fleets. That might be a good idea, actually. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and send those extra battleships down to Ijajan. And our Titan is almost finished for our second fleet, so we're almost ready to go and confront the Scourge once again. In the meantime, our mirror dimension counterparts have had a downturn in their economy, so that's sad news. The Senate is ready to vote on something. The relic can be activated again, but for right now, we are voting on focusing on the Pretheran Scourge, and I think if this passes, then we will no longer be denounced. There is actually an opponent to this. The hierarchy of Bok don't want to focus on the Scourge. I don't know what their problem is, but we have supported this idea. We will continue to support this idea, and hopefully, like I said, hopefully it will mean that we are no longer denounced, because we are in breach of galactic law at the moment because we took the side of the Amari directors. But here, once again, we can activate the Pretheran Queen. Once again, we have a new brood at Earth. These are 11K fleets each. And I'm going to go ahead and send them down to Ijajan as well. They're very slow, though, so they don't really do us much good when they follow my ships. I probably should send them elsewhere. But finally, it was time to test out our ship designs. I think both of our main fleets there, I believe they are still less than half made up of the new ship designs. So I'm not expecting complete success here, but I do want to get back into battle and kill a few Scourge if we can. So there go our two main fleets, and I'm going to go ahead and have our third fleet of battleships follow along as well. Like I said, the new designs are less than half of those two big fleets. So we'll see how it goes. Going into our policy menu, I'm going to change our war doctrine. We have been defense in depth all this time. I should have changed this earlier. So we could change to hit and run, rapid deployment, or no retreat. And I think I'm going to go with hit and run at the moment. It will increase our combat disengagement chance and lower our risk of an emergency faster than light jump damage. So those things seem good, but we will be stuck with this decision for 10 years. So hopefully it works out. So we are about to re-engage with the Scourge. Let's see how our new ship designs do, even though they're still, like I said, less than half of the fleet, but let's see how they do.
Hostile fleet assets engaged.
So far, so good, but as you have probably come to expect, things are about to take a turn for the worse. You may have noticed that there was a wormhole in that system, in that previous system. So I sent my fleets over this way, and I started thinking, well, what's taking so long? Why are they not warping into the system here? And as it turned out, they are actually in a battle right now, and I didn't realize it for a little bit. I was just looking at this system, just waiting for them to fly in. But no, they're in a battle, and they are being destroyed again. So once again, our fleets got the slap from the Prethrin Scourge. But it did appear that we are doing better with those new ship designs mixed in. So hopefully we'll have more of those in our next couple of fleets. And I'm also going to look up some things on fleet composition. Maybe that will help me. But for now, we're going to leave off here. We'll see where this goes in the next video. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.